20 years later, how close you get back into the finals.
Today is not only the next step in a season, it is the culmination of a journey decades in the making. A journey built on sweat, sacrifice, overcoming adversity, and an unbreakable will to defy the odds. Under the leadership of head coach Alan Huss, this team has redefined what it means to wear High Point across their chest. A 29-5 record, a Big South regular season title, but one hurdle remained. Down 15, with minutes to go in the conference championship, the questions came. Would this be just another in a long line of talented High Point teams just barely falling short? And when this moment to define themselves came, they answered. With heart, with grit, with the fire of a team that refused to be denied. Now they stand here on the sport's biggest stage, not as underdogs, but as warriors who have earned this moment. March Madness doesn't give out invitations, it demands them. And High Point has kicked down the door. And now, under the bright lights of March, they stand face to face with history. There is no more waiting, no more wondering. The Panthers have arrived. And today, the Panthers fulfill their destiny.
The High Point Panthers are going dancing for the first time in program history. The High Point Panthers are dancing with glory. It's over. High Point is a city of champions. The drought has ended, and it's purple rain in High Point. It's purple rain in Johnson City, Tennessee.
I'm Anthony Evangelista alongside Scott Semanchik, and we are here in Providence, Rhode Island for the first round of March Madness and the first ever NCAA tournament Panther pregame.
Anthony, I am shaking in my boots right now, and that's not just because it's cold out here, but I have chills, exactly as you said, for this game here at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. It's going to be such an exciting day of basketball. Of course, we're here for the High Point game, but there are some great games on for the rest of the day.
Well, the High Point University Panthers, with their first ever NCAA tournament appearance in program history, taking on the 4-seeded Purdue Boilermakers, headed by point guard Braden Smith. Sure to be a good matchup.
Yeah, it's huge when you come into a game like today. It's March, everything's new, all the slates are clean. For some people, it can get a little bit too bright. We talked to a few players yesterday. I talked to Coach Huss as well about the expectations of this week, what it's been like for the team, and how they've kept their composure down. So see what they had to say about that.
Every one of these is awesome. Whether it's an assistant, as a player, now as a head coach, this sporting event's so much fun. It's just a great it's a great deal for our fans, great deal for our players. For the coaching staff, it's still stressful.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun, honestly. Like, we're just super grateful, you know, like we harp on it all the time. Every single time before we play, the last two things we talk about is gratitude and thankfulness. Psalms 104 says, enter thy gates with thanksgiving, thy courts with praise. We're in this state of mind, in this state of being of just gratitude. We're having so much fun with it, and it's really freeing just to be a part of something like that.
I mean, we know how good we are. Obviously, you don't want to let all that stuff kind of pump your ego up and, come out thinking that, oh, this is going to be an easy game. Like, Purdue's a great team. They've been a great team all year, the last couple of years. So, like, by no means is this going to be a walk in the park. Like, we're going to have to go out there and be the harder playing team, be the more physical team, and just really work as hard as we can. Like, it's nice to see that people think we're good. I mean, we've known that all year.
Calm and collected this group was. Of course, Coach Huss has been here before as the assistant coaching role. He's here again. He's very excited.
And you know what? There's been plenty of players on this team that have tournament experience. Our very own Faith Wolpert was able to sit down with Bobby Pettiford and Demorian Williams, first-year guys on this team who transferred from bigger schools, to talk about their experiences in March Madness.
Demorian Williams and Bobby Pettiford are the only two players on High Point University's roster who have played in the NCAA tournament before. We spoke with them on how their experience has helped prepare their team for their upcoming matchup against Purdue.
Just don't get too high, don't get too low. You know, it's going to be a lot of people in here. You know, we're going to have some on our side, but, you know, Purdue got a nice fan base, so just expect, you know, a lot of people against us. But just know, you know, we go out there, you know, we got nothing to lose now. We had all the pressure on us, you know, all year, you know, being the #1 seed, going into the Big South tournament, conference tournament. But now, you know, we can now relax a little bit. But just, you know, it is easier playing when, you know, when the pressure's not all on you as a top seed. So
that experience has been crucial in preparing their teammates for what's ahead, especially when it comes to understanding how the game is played at this level.
We're really just trying to do a good job of explaining the physicality, and the refs in this league, it's a little different. Every play is a foul, so they can't call everything. So we'll be able to get away with some stuff. They'll be able to get away with some stuff. We just can't get rattled at that.
And for their teammates, they've noticed. Trey Benham says Pettiford and Williams have set a tone that has helped the team play with confidence and trust in one another.
So Bobby and Demar have done a great job of embodying that, and I'm so grateful for those guys. Those are my brothers, man. You know, props to them for just being so selfless.
That selflessness has shaped the way the team approaches each game, and for Pettiford, it has also played a role in his personal growth.
Definitely helped me a lot, you know, now that I'm healthy. You know, just these guys, you know, I can tell they trust me, you know, they put the ball in my hands, you know, in key moments, you know, so just having them behind me, I feel like we can do whatever.
Pettiford and Williams are both set to be key players in today's game. From the Amica Mutual Pavilion, I'm Faith
Thanks
Walper.
for that, Faith. With High Point's tournament run, they've been able to put their university on the map, and with that has come plenty of social media fame. Probably the biggest moment of virality has probably been Trey Benham's mean mugging incident. I think he does it a little better than you, Scott. I'm not going to lie, but we'll work on that. But other than the mean mugging incident after the layup to put High Point ahead in the Big South Championship, we also had another viral moment from the Big South Championship, and that was with Griffin Wright and Jimmy Roselli, our radio play-by-play and color commentators for High Point University. They were able to get their call up on ESPN, Barstool Sports, and plenty of other social media sites. We were able to talk to them yesterday and hear their reactions. Let's roll that clip.
Well, it started with Barstool on Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter guy myself, so when I got on it, I was like, what? Like, I don't even know how to work this thing.
I wasn't expecting it. I was just at first just like posting it just to, you know, for reels. Maybe some guy sees it, cool, whatever. But the moment Barstool posted it, I was like, we might have something here.
We call each other right away. We're flipping out, almost jumping out of bed. And then we get to see it posted on TikTok and get the views it got. It was over 1.8 million over both social medias. And I mean, that's like something you dream of.
Yeah, it's surreal. Obviously, you dream of these moments. You know, you make brackets as your little kids, and you come to High Point. They haven't really had any success since 2004. They didn't even make a Big South Championship game. So to be a part of something like this is, you know, we got to thank the man above and for putting me in this situation. And let's hope we get a win.
I mean, High Point is really emphasizes the fact that you're going to get opportunity when you come here. They want to put they want to have students put hands-on opportunities, and I think they've done a great job in the broadcasting world. I got chances as a freshman. Actually, my first ever game was called with you, Ant, and it was an unreal experience. They gave me so many chances after that, 36 games as a freshman, now close to 70 as a sophomore. You don't get that everywhere. You only get that here at High Point, and for them to be able to kind of help us finance our way here as well was truly unbelievable.
Man, I love those two. So much energy, passion. I mean, they love this team. They love the sport, and it's really great they're getting the recognition for what they've earned.
You can listen to Griff and Jimmy's radio call of today's game at 12:40 p.m. at highpointpanthers.com. So, you know, going into this game, like we said, we're about 20 minutes out from tip-off. Scott, High Point comes in as an underdog, and we've seen Cinderella stories. What can High Point do today to put their name on one of those lists?
Look, the matchup here is going to be insane. Both are top offenses who are so efficient in their own games. But for High Point, they need to go and play the height game. The tallest Purdue players standing at 6'9". Of course, there's Justin Bodo at 7 foot for High Point. They need to use him. We talked to him yesterday. If you saw the clip yesterday we were talking about, he said he might get a career high in rebounds today. So expecting a lot from him. But they need to be able to use that height advantage, be able to get him a lot of opportunities down low, both rebounding, second chance points, just a few lobs, anything like that. But both teams are going to go and try to target the weakness that they're going to go and face off against. So for Purdue, they're going to probably target Bodo, try to get him in foul trouble early, driving on him, make him try to get a little bit too aggressive with the height difference. And in the same boat, High Point is going to probably go and target Braden Smith. Keza Jiffa's going to go and try to drive on him every time, draw the foul early, be able to go and force him into foul trouble, maybe out of the game a little early, at least first half, maybe 3 fouls kind of situation where they need to start being a little more careful with him. Both teams are going to be super aggressive towards each other. Both teams shoot really well. It's going to just be really a shootout as a whole.
Look, I mean, High Point this year has come into pretty much every single game with the pressure to win. It would have been an utter disaster if they didn't come out of the Big South with the team that they had this year. And every single game they came in as a multiple point favorite. This is the first time really this season that they come in without that weight on their shoulders. They come in without that pressure as a 7-point underdog as of right now. So they're going to be able to play freely because realistically, this already has been the best season in High Point history, easily. So if they come in here today and lose by 50, people will be able to say this was the first time we went to the tournament and it was a great experience. However, if they're able to come out with a win against the Boilermakers, it'll be talked about for decades. I'm excited.
Yeah, when you're a mid-major, your only goal is to go and win your conference. High Point did that in such a great fashion. Now you're just playing on house money. You get further, that's great. You don't, that was the expectation. But here in Providence, we've seen a lot of High Point fans. We've seen a lot of Clemson fans, Omaha fans, McNeese fans. Not a ton of Purdue fans so far. We'll see when we get in there how many people are actually there. But it's going to be a neutral crowd relatively. Give me 2 Joslyn Bodo lobs. Give me a Kamani Hamilton breakaway dunk. The dunk is going to be so much on High Point's side. It's going to feel like a home game. I mean, we've gotten calls throughout this entire week so far from random people that seen us go High Point. They're not High Point fans, but they just want to see the underdog win. You get the crowd on your side. This is going to feel like a home game for the Panthers at some point if they can get that momentum. We know how efficient High Point is at home. That's all you need. You can really drive far as the underdog.
High Point University was able to fly out about 200 students this morning to Providence, and there were plenty more that have made the trip up, whether they're coming from New York, they're coming from High Point. We have alumni, we have so many people here supporting the Panthers, and it's going to be really awesome to see that sea of purple as soon as we're inside the Amica Mutual Pavilion. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have here for the Panther pregame. You could catch the tip-off at 12:40 on True TV or the radio call on highpointpanthers.com. We're here in Providence, Rhode Island, hoping for the upset. I'm Anthony Evangelista alongside Scott Semanchik. Thank you for watching the Panther pregame, and as always, roll Thurs.